one of the common misconceptions is that you start doing some inner work, you find a couple answers, and then you're good. You're all set. And that couldn't be further from the truth. You have to be willing to start, but then there's an endurance piece to keep going and keep uncovering things. Like you don't get to this idealistic future and stop. It's constant work. So there's been years of inner work, and I think it's the most beautiful thing possible. Like you're an entire story. So why would we leave chapters and parts out of it? And the more you can write that book to its fullest extent, the happier and the more content you'll be. Therefore, you'll be less pleasing to others. You'll be less having to put on a false front to everybody or everything or the person in the mirror. You just fully understand your entire story. And I think that that's beautiful. If you don't know who you are inside, like if you haven't done some work on yourself, all we try to do in that case is continue to cater to everything and everybody, right? Like we don't find our true voice. We don't find our true purpose and passion without looking within. So I know we mentioned in the beginning shadow work, but until you dig up some things and figure out what's going on inside, you're going to continue catering and pleasing, and you're never going to feel like you're on your true path. And that's where I think a lot of men today get caught, is they try to cater to everything going on, everything from Jordan Peterson to Andrew Tate and everything in between. You hear these things daily, right? Social media is such a massive piece to our life. You hear all these tips and tricks and hacks and all these things daily, and you will try and cater to every single one of them if you don't understand what's going on inside of you, if you don't know who you are.
Yeah, and that's particularly relevant to men who are very agreeable, high in trait agreeableness, which is one of the big five, which I love. The big five is brilliant, which is another thing Jordan Peterson's got me into. But it has got some real world value, to be fair to him. So you were talking about, this. I believe that the stereotype of women liking arseholes and bad boys is because they present in a way that implies that they've integrated their shadow, as opposed to the nice guy who their perception is, well, actually, you're just pretending to be nice. Or it's that, well, if you can't not be nice, then I don't want to be with you because I need someone who's capable of not being nice. Because as for a protective sort of reasoning, and also that there's an aspect of adventure there. How have you done that?
Oh man, that's a marathon of an answer. It starts with the truth, and I think for me, it's just recognizing some tools and some systems that can help me. So multiple years of therapy. I think I wore a really good mask, or a shielding mask, if you will, through my 20s into my 30s. When I hit a breaking point, I was like, okay, how do I get better? How do I heal internally? So you start looking around. One, you have to be willing to ask for help. I think that's the hardest step. And when you do, it comes to you. So I had a great therapist for multiple years. I dug into a big inspiration for me is Lewis Howes and Connor Beaton. Both of them provide tools and systems to look within and find that truth. The short answer, Ollie, is asking yourself the hard questions and recognizing some of your behaviors and kind of hitting pause in that space and be like, okay, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Let's start there. Like, who am I today? Where do I want to go? And what is the work that needs to be done? If you can ask yourself those couple questions, I think you're on the right path.